Hey, good morning. It's Bruce here. Really fired up today. I'm having a great morning. Just lots of good program stuff going on this morning with sponsees and sponsor. 24 hours a day. It's a reading from Hazeldean. I used to read this in a lot of AA meetings before AA came up with their own little version of this book. But this is an old book. I think it was written, I want to say 40s, 50s. But I think one of these mornings I'm going to do a little history of this writing of this book because I found some stuff online about it. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, today, September 12th, 2022. Again, the subject is, what is the draw of 12-step programs? You know, what brings people in? Why does it work so well? Basically, addicts hear the stories that they identify with their own experiences, right? So they come in, they listen, they go to a meeting or whatever, they talk to somebody, they hear the person's experiences, and they go, "Oh, yeah, I had that same experience." Whatever it is, it's usually maybe something that an experience that would make you feel different, make you feel kind of ashamed or whatever. Say you stole money to buy booze or something, something simple like that, right? Well, you you go to a meeting and you find out, well, a lot of people have done the same thing. It's a good thing because you identify, you go, okay, I'm a human being, I'm not so bad. After all, there is a way through this. I can make amends for this behavior. I can change myself. So they see also in the faces and eyes of members their own pain and their new hope. Those are two important things, right? Just, actually making eye contact with people, seeing happy faces, you know, after being in a like a bar on the wrong side of the tracks, for 20 years, or in a crack house or whatever, and seeing people that are just dead inside. You come into a 12-step meeting, you see people that are lit up, they're alive, they got something going on, they have a spirit inside them, the spirit of recovery. So what happens is people find a safe haven in the rooms, in the Zooms, in the clubhouses and conventions and the informal gatherings that people in recovery have. They see the hands-on practical approach to solving their problems. They see the lack of intolerance of any kind. They see essentially acceptance. They see the informality, the genuine democracy, the uncanny understanding people have of each other, right? We all have very similar experiences, so we understand each other. We understand those experiences. We've felt the feelings. We've been there. There's identification. And all these things basically make recovery irresistible to people, people come and they experience it, they get a taste of it, and they love it, So anyway, the meditation talks about singleness of purpose. It uses the metaphor of having an eye on the. It talks about having a single eye, but I think what they're trying to say is just have a singleness of purpose in my actions today. If I make my will to do the will of God, to serve with my whole life by helping others, then my being will be light. So meaning that, the pathway will be unobstructed for me. Maybe my being will be light. Then again, that's a quote from this book. Maybe that's referring to saying, my life will be easier. If I'm trying to do God's will, I won't run into so many hurdles. Maybe it also means that I'll be lit up. Like I'll be a beacon. Maybe I'll be brighter. I'll burn brighter. Those kind of ideas there. So again, it's like saying, if I make my will to do the will of God, to serve with my whole life by helping others, then my being will be light. I will strive to attune my will to the will of God, keeping my eye on God's purpose, desiring that only His purpose be fulfilled. I will advance the kingdom by seeking in all things the spiritual values of honesty and purity, unselfishness and love. Wow, high ideals today, very high ideals. Honesty, purity, unselfishness, and love. And I will earnestly desire spiritual growth. So a lot of this is about seeking things, right? Not necessarily attaining, because we're never going to get there, right? This is an unending trek that we're on. It's about seeking, searching, and desiring, okay? So I got to be seeking and searching honesty, purity, unselfishness, and love, and desiring spiritual growth. Today my life will continue to emerge from the darkness of futility into the light of victory. That's a beautiful thing, right? I mean, there's growth, there's movement forward. I love to see that. I pray that I may have a single purpose, a vision, to do God's will in all things. And the idea of doing God's will is, for me, I kind of struggle with that, because I go, how do I know what God's will is? And the answer to that is, it's kind of comes in two parts. And one is asking simply, what is the next right action for me to do? So in the moment, when I've come to a decision point, I gotta go, okay, what's the next right action? What does that look like here? Is it give this guy the finger in traffic, or is it to wave him in front of me? It could be that simple, right? And in other cases, it can be, well, what's the least damaging thing I can do? So you can ask it in the positive, saying, what is the next right action? Or what is the next least wrong action? That can be the other way of looking at it. So, like I said, I'm feeling really good today. If you got anything out of this, or even if you're watching it, just let me know in the comments, or hit the like button, subscribe, whatever. If whatever's useful to you, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them. I'm going to continue having an amazing day. I hope you do too. See you later.